on now, people. Come on now, people. Come on now, people. Gonna praise the Lord. Come on now, church. Come on now, church. Come on now, church. Gonna praise the Lord. Come on now, believers. Come on now, believers. Come on now, believers. Gonna praise the Lord. Come on now, church. Come on now, church. Come on now, church. Gonna praise the Lord. Yeah.
And good morning, hopefully great morning. How are you guys doing? We've got a crazy bunch of stuff to go over. Welcome to Homegrown USA, where we demand the truth. We read our Bibles, and home remedies, well, they work and nothing is impossible. We got a new day before us, a clean slate, and it's a great day for a great day where some miracles might happen, and some of us might be the receivers of those. So thank you so much for coming. We've got Australia burning down. We've got, WW, they call it WW3. We've got this crazy stuff falling from the sky and just too much to get to. So let's just, you know what? Let's get to that right now. Welcome in, you guys. Thank you so much for coming. And like I said, good morning. So I was doing what I do, and I was going through the maps, and I found some pretty crazy stuff. And, I got led down a rabbit hole. And this rabbit hole is pretty deep, and it has to do with some, giants and some crazy stuff that's going on with quantum physics and what they're actually doing. And we're going to get to that as soon as we can and as fast as we can, because I'm going to hop through these maps fairly quickly. So hang in there with me. We're going to do the normal show real quick first, and then I'm going to show you exactly what's going on. So let's hop to that right now. So this is not the screen we want right now. This is the screen we want. You guys, I asked you if you could go over to Saltwater Dreamworks. This channel is like the most inspiring channel. This channel's got nothing but the ocean, guys. The ocean every day, every morning. This is a friend of mine. She walks the ocean, and look at this. What more could you want? This is beautiful. If you're having an anxiety attack, this will stop that. It's called Saltwater Dreamworks, and like I said, every single morning, this friend of mine, she walks the beach, she puts the tripod up, and you get to watch the sunrise. How does it get better than that? Meditation, relaxation, renewal, hope, and calming sunrise. But like I said, every single day, there's a sunrise to see. This is off the beach of Chicoteague Island. And again, the channel's called Saltwater Dreamworks. I'm going to put the link in the comments below. This is off Chicoteague Island, or if you're from down south, it's called Chicoteague, something like that. I can never say it like they do. Although I am right on the Mason-Dixon pretty much. It's Chicoteague. There you go, Chicoteague Island. But I wanted to point this out to you guys, because who doesn't like an ocean, and who doesn't like a beautiful sunrise? I personally watch these, and they're absolutely beautiful, right? I mean, so I wanted to send some love over here to her and just love mob her. And I'm sure you guys will enjoy the channel, because, I don't know what there's not to enjoy about that. It's just it's a really cool thing. So if you guys could head on over there, tell her Homegrown USA sent you, I would appreciate that. Thank you so much, and let's get on with the show. So let's get into this here. Quack. Militia leader may be among 6 killed in another U.S. drone strike in Baghdad, the Pentagon officials say. So obviously, we're not giving up on this. We're just not. We took out one of the main dudes And we went back for another attack and said, okay, so we're not hitting you once, we're going to hit you twice. Now, of course, Twitter has got this trending, and there's everything trending from WWW3 to people making fun of it to people being scared about, being drafted to, I don't know. I really don't know what to say about it other than, could it be a distraction? Who knows? Who knows? Like, we don't know. And is there an F to justify this? That's my question. We don't know that yet, but the clues are coming together. So like I said, we're not giving up on this, and it's very, very obvious that we're not. So I just wanted to point that out. The contrast, two satellite images. This is two satellite images taken 6 months apart show just how bad Australian wildfires are. Look at this smoke. This is just, it's unbelievable, you guys. And the place is burning down and people are dying. And, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing at all, because through all this, we've got animals, and it's just bad news all the way around. And I really don't know what else to say other than, the crazy part about that is we can steer the atmospheric rivers. Like, we can do that. It's 2020, man. Like, there's ways we've made it rain in the desert. And if we've made it rain in the desert, and they're proud of it, these scientists are like proud of it. Like, we made it rain in the desert. We get a hold of the river in the sky, and we can use electronic things, and we can move the atmospheric rivers, and we can bring rain to places. The crazy thing, I think, and this is my opinion, is they could put this out. They're choosing not to. That's what I think. Maybe I'm wrong. Hey, I've been wrong many times, but it just baffles me. It blows my mind that there's nothing they can do. And as much as I personally, and I show you guys all the time how they push weather around. I mean, they push it from south to north and north to south, and they can't put no weather over here. And the whole way around this joint has got enough moisture. It's unbelievable to me. Okay, I'm done ranting about that. So moving right along, check the current power outages. I'm like really, really excited to show you guys what I found. So this is the current power outages. There's absolutely none. We'll take a look at the top three. Like I said, I want to hop through this pretty quickly. Nothing we need to be concerned about. Problems at Netflix. There's some problems there at Netflix. Earthquakes. Now, I always type this up. As you guys know, I type the earthquakes up, and you kind of scroll down here. You got Puerto Rico today, 4.5. Earthquake rattles Georgia, geologist says. The Wells earthquake. I mean, these earthquakes are just popping left and right. There's not one to report on, guys. There's just not. I mean, there's so many of them that it's ridiculous. This is just Google earthquake. And, we got this here. The world's tallest active geyser won't stop erupting, and scientists don't know why. That's not good. That's not good. We've got earthquakes coming all over the place, and we've heard, well, the scripture teaches us what happens when there's going to be earthquakes and volcanoes in various places. I mean, that's how I kind of look at it. I expect it, and I expect it to get a lot worse. I expect the weather to get a lot worse. It's kind of what we're told. Moving right along, yeah, this is not a good situation, I don't think. And bring the earthquake map up real quick here and just check this out real quick. I mean, 5 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, 40 minutes ago, I'm just going down 5, 20, 40, 50, 65. And you go down here, and there's earthquakes always popping off. And it's more than ever right now. I read something, I'm trying to think of where it was, but I did read something that says that we're not being told the truth about how many earthquakes are actually happening. Now, we've got this weather, which looks, well, it looks just fantastic, doesn't it? This weather on the East Coast, I'm going to show you. Okay, so this is a very long loop. January 3rd, 1900 hours. And this is like an all-day event. That's 16 hours of weather, guys, and it doesn't really move. It looks like, like a ghost. It just, something about this, it looks like it's coming out of like right here, this part of the ocean, and it just keeps going. Normally you see weather and it like starts here and it moves across. This just keeps on coming. It keeps on coming up the coast. Now, we know about the isophonic heaters, and we know about this stuff here, the NextRad system, and we've watched it control weather. We've watched it move the weather around, and that's what's baffling to me about the whole Australia thing. Found this, and I wanted to thank L. Michelle Smith. Thank you much for this, because this is very interesting. Take a look at this, guys.
Now we're learning that scientists and researchers are looking at how to change the weather on purpose. That's right. Lasers now could one day manipulate rain.
So, I have been showing you guys lasers since I started this channel. Lasers are going to be used to change the weather and manipulate the weather, right? That's what she said. Am I right? Lasers. So check this out. And again, L. Michelle Smith sent this in to me, to my email. Thank all you guys for the emails that you send in. I read every single one, and you guys know at the end of the show we put your pictures up.
Now we're learning that scientists and researchers are looking at how to change the weather on purpose. That's right. Lasers now could one day manipulate rain and lightning. CBS This Morning contributor Michio Kaku is a physics professor at City College of New York. Professor, nice to see you. Extraordinary seeing Al Gore and Bill Clinton there together with Charlie, wasn't it?
That's right, yeah.
They did not get into this discussion, though. But it is fascinating. I mean, lasers, really, to change the weather?
That's right. Well, as Mark Twain once famously said, everyone complains about the weather, but no one ever does anything about it. Well, instead of doing a rain dance, we physicists are firing trillion-watt lasers into the sky to actually precipitate rain clouds and actually...
Trillion-watt lasers, guys. Does that look familiar to you? Like, I don't know. Look at this. Trillion-watt lasers. There's always these lasers going on, and they're firing lasers into the sky. And, well, let's just listen to what this guy has to say.
Bring down lightning bolts. This is potentially a game changer.
But this is experimental.
It's experimental. However, in the laboratory so far it works. When you have water vapor and you have dust particles or ice crystals, you can precipitate rain. It condenses around the seeds. These seeds can also be created by laser beams. By firing trillion-watt lasers, you rip apart the electrons, creating what are called ions, and these ions act like seeds, like dust particles, bringing down rain and even lightning.
This fascinates me in part because, too, I remember reading.
So there you have it. We've got a scientist sitting there saying, we can make it rain. We can fire some lasers. Where are the lasers being fired in Australia? In the California fires, in all the fires. So it's obvious that they can control the weather. They can move stuff around, and, well, they're just not. But I found it fascinating with this whole laser thing because, like I'm showing you here, we go through this map, and when it's bad, anybody that's new to the channel, when this is bad, I show you every state that's got the lasers and NextRad stuff going through it and all the frequencies in the air. And if that's something that interests you and you want to keep up to date with that, subscribe to the channel. I always keep you guys up to date, and so if you're walking around and you're not feeling so good, it could be something like this. So again, if that's something you're interested in, please subscribe. Okay, so we got this. I'm adding this to show the Schumann resonance today update. And the reason I'm adding this is because this is more about electricity in the air. And I'm going to explain it just a little bit. The Schumann resonance today, I'm going to kind of explain what it is. Power 15, which is not bad. It says after the not so uncommon data blackout for its duration, the restored flow shows light activity that topped several times between power 13 and 15. Maximum for now was 6. But did you guys know over the holidays that this thing was maxed out? So over the holidays, there was people arguing. People didn't feel good. People were sick. And I got into this and I immersed myself in it, and I wanted to learn more. So the earth has a natural energy. It's like the earth's heartbeat. And the lightning constantly is striking the earth. Always. The lightning's just constantly striking the earth. Well, the earth gives that energy back and it bounces it off the stratosphere or the dome or whatever you want to call it. The top. We're in between like the earth, and then up here is the stratosphere, the top, what, like some people call it a dome. I don't care what you call it. It's the vibration between earth and, you know, the top, whatever you want to call it. Some people are like, it's a dome. You know, we got a dome over top of it, or it's a stratosphere. Whatever it is, this is the resonance. This is the frequency in between that. And I'm going to show you how messed up this is. It's actually crazy. So I found this, and you can go and just check on it, check the power, and see what it's doing. And basically, here's how it works. The ionosphere is what I'm trying to say in the earth. So our brain works at 7.83 hertz. Okay, that's a frequency. Well, the Schumann resonance works at the same thing. So the earth gives off this frequency that is directly related to our brains. Isn't that something? But what's interesting is when they crank this up, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to say they crank it up. When it gets out of whack, look at some of these comments. Just out of curiosity, is anyone else going through some extreme life changes and turmoil right now? I know this is what's to be expected by watching and learning about the upcoming conjunction and going on into 2020, but I cannot turn. Okay, this guy here says, I have noticed lots of physical and emotional symptoms among my students and family, such as intense fatigue, aches and pains, anxiety, heart palpitations, and depression. Not all of them are experiencing all of these, so it varies. My husband and I have been experiencing fatigue even when we sleep. Well, even when we sleep well at night. I have heard from some of my students, this is filled with comments about, well, I'll scroll up top and show you. This is filled with comments about this right here. And whenever this is out of whack, people don't feel good. There's 329 comments here. And when it gets crazy, like right here, where it's really white and it goes up, the Earth's frequency gets jacked up. And well, if that's attached to our brains and it's shooting off, if it's supposed to be 7.83 and it's really high, this is something we should watch out for. I don't know if grounding, you would think grounding would help for this, but I could go back and show you. I mean, it was just astronomically off the charts. It was so high that the whole screen was white. It was a whiteout. And this chart here, it said power 90. And I remember I wasn't feeling good. So it got me to start looking at the Schumann resonance today. So in the show, during our normal map show, I'm going to show the Schumann resonance every day. And we're going to show you the power and what that's doing. It's obviously critical. And it's obviously something that people watch. And it's something I thought, you know what, we should watch this, because there's people that study this. There's professors, there's doctors, there's all kinds of comments down here. I've read every single one of them. It teaches you about how when this gets out of whack, you know, people are not feeling good. They're suffering from this being high or low. So I thought, what better than to put that into the show? You know, we show all the frequencies all the time in the air. We got routers and cell phones, and we're bombarded with this crap. And if the Earth has a natural frequency, obviously all the stuff, 5G and all the stuff we're putting in the air, is going to make that frequency off. So the Schumann resonance is something that we're going to look at every day on the show, check the numbers out, and when it's high, I'm going to let you know. And like I said, if that's something you're interested in, subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to keep my eye on that, along with everything else that I keep my eye on. Moving on to the drought map. This is the drought map, and what's kind of crazy about this is the map was released January 2nd. They release it, I think, every week or something like that. And you see, this shows you where the drought is. So the drought's here, here, and here. And what's really interesting about this drought map is, so this is total precipitation. So if you go to 24 hours, okay, that's where all the, okay, 70, let's just go to 72 hours. Look at all this precipitation down here across Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia. Now, typically, if you flip back to this, you're going to see that's where the drought is. It's not right on. It's not right on right now. But typically, when you look at this map and flip back, it's pretty darn close. And I've noticed that. And I've had my eye on that for quite a long time. Check the current air. These are carcinogens, guys. These are not healthy for you. So you can go to air now, type in your zip code, and check out what your air is doing. It's very important. This stuff is absolutely horrible. California is off the charts. We got good is 0 to 50. Moderate is 51 to 100. 101 to 150 is unhealthy. So this is unhealthy, this orange. All of California, where you see the orange dots here, it's unhealthy. So it's always a good idea to hop over to air now, type in your zip code, and check out your air. The news is not going to tell you that. Tough year for measles and other infectious diseases in the U.S. Now, we caught this. You guys, we caught this 5 shows ago. So it talks about the measles and other infectious diseases in the U.S., but check this out. I found this yesterday, actually. Let me see if I can find it. And guess what? We've got, remember we found that the boat that came in and it was some just mysterious illness off the coast that I showed you? Well, look what's going on now. So this is now, and look what we find. So all this stuff down here, this, let me see here. This dengue was all in South America. Dengue. It was everywhere down here. Well, guess what? Right now, it's in the States. Florida, 14 cases of dengue fever now confirmed in Miami. It's in Dade County. So we've got dengue in the U.S. I don't know why I keep doing that. But anyhow, just moving around here, we got a 8-year-old girl hospitalized for EEE and 9 more mumps cases in Arkansas. This is very important to know what state you're in, what's going on in your state. Here it is, guys. 700 cases of the flu reported in El Paso this season. So the flu is here. Let me back out and see if I can get this. The flu is right here, and it just showed up. So it just showed up. It's 700 cases of the flu, and it just showed up. I mean, I don't know how you explain that, but yesterday, as we always do, we watched a map and we look at that stuff, and 700 cases of the flu pop up. So again, we always keep our eye on this stuff, and if there's a state that something's happening in, we let you know. But yeah, 700 cases of the flu are right here. Again, if that's something that you're interested in keeping an eye on, please subscribe to the channel. We have a lot of good updates, and we try and keep on track of stuff. So here's a new news article on it. 7 cases of flu reported in El Paso this season. And it goes on and explains it. It's pretty insane. And here's 14 cases of dengue fever now confirmed in Miami-Dade County. So symptoms include fever, headache, eye pain, muscle, joint, bone pain, rash, nausea, vomiting, unusual bleeding. This stuff is horrible. Absolutely horrible, guys. Off to the National Weather Service. Let me refresh this and just make sure. There's not a whole lot to see here. A storm system will bring widespread rains across eastern states into the weekend, while a series of storms brings heavy snows in the mountains across the Pacific Northwest. Elsewhere, high winds are possible across parts of the western U.S. through Saturday. And this is the current radar and what's coming in, and this is this just unbelievable amount of moisture that's coming across the country. Look how huge, it's just enormous. And then we've got all this coming into the west, which, well, what goes west normally makes its way to the east. These are your maximum temperatures, which is very mild right now. We'll go to minimum temperatures and just take a look at a gander at what's going on here. Saturday, here's Sunday. The lows are not that low unless you're out west. And then pop over here to Monday. Let's see what that brings. And it gets colder. We're getting colder on Monday. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday it seems to warm back up, and Saturday. So there you guys have it. Go over to the total snowfall accumulation. This is Monday, let me see, Tuesday, January 7th, January 8th, January 9th, January 10th, January 11th, January 12th, January 13th, January 14th, January 15th, and January 16th. So the 16th, they're predicting the snow all across Pennsylvania. Well, you guys can see it. Look what state you're in and kind of look at what's going on. This is total snowfall. It starts out here, and then I'm just moving it in, 10 days. Kind of like a 10-day forecast. And we'll see if we get it. This typically is pretty close, but it's not always exactly right. But it looks like the warm is going to pop out, and we are going to pop back into wintertime. So, yeah. If you guys didn't sign up for the free giveaway, I'm going to show you that right now. And I'm so excited to get to the end of this show. We're not far in. And show you what I found. I think you guys are going to be like, what? It's very, very, well, in my opinion, it's pretty cool. This is demandingthetruth.com. You guys, we got a website. You guys are amazing. You guys, without you and the good Lord, we wouldn't have a website. We wouldn't have a show. And, well, I wouldn't have, what we have. So thank you to all the subscribers. We've got a website, demandingthetruth.com. Trying to find something. It should always be easy for you guys to remember because it's at the top of my screen. So anyhow, let me get back here. Demandingthetruth.com. Now, when you type in demandingthetruth.com, pop yourself over here. It's going to come to this website. And what you want to do is you want to go to EMP Protection Giveaway. There's 906 entries and there's 6 days left. Just sign up, you guys, and get your free EMP. 906, you got a pretty good chance to win it. Again, go to demandingthetruth.com and go over here and get your free EMP shield. You can also contact us, get EMP. You can get the EMP shield itself. Obviously, they sell them for home protection, vehicle, radio. I promise this won't take long. Solar protection, generator, 3-phase protection, motorcycles. They sell EMP protection for everything, and it protects you from solar flares, lightning protection, all that great stuff. And any information that you want to know on it, just call this number, pause the video, and shoot them over. But definitely get over, you guys, and sign up for the free one. I can't wait to give that away. I'm awful excited about it. Earthing. This is just something we're going to go through really quick. They have a sale right now. And like I said, if you guys do get any of this stuff, it gives me a couple bucks and it helps you guys out too. I believe in earthing with all my heart and soul, and I've been earthing since I started the channel. I absolutely do it every single day. And the kit that I bought was, it's called the starter kit. You put this pole in the ground, you run this wire through your window, and you plug the ground in. Very, very easy stuff. There's other videos I have where you guys can go over it. But again, this does help the channel out a little bit. It gives me a couple bucks. But the biggest thing is it helps you guys out. I would never put something on here that wouldn't help you. It's sleep, there's a pillow, recovery, everyday use, and all kits. That wasn't so painful, right? Let's keep on rolling. Okay, so you guys know probably the story of the Nephilim, right? The whole Genesis thing and the Nephilim and the giants. Well, I came across something. I was just led to this. I was. And I don't know. You guys are going to have to help me out in the comments with this because I'm going to show you what I found, and it blew my mind. The programming, and just put this back on my screen. The Nephilim, that screen. The Nephilim were the offspring of the sons of God. Now, not everybody believes this, and that's okay. But the Nephilim were the offspring of the sons of God and the daughters of men before the deluge. So before the flood, according to Genesis 6:1. Now, here's what I want you to watch. By some scholars, or as the word, they call them fallen. They're called fallen angels, right? These are Nephilim giant verses. There's a million of them in the Bible. They talk about these things. It said, and the angels who did not stay within their own position of authority. They didn't stay in heaven, but they left their proper dwelling. He has kept in eternal chains under gloomy, dark judgment until the great judgment day. Now, if you read the book of Enoch, which I'm going to do a show on that, you learn a lot about this. It kind of fills in the blanks to what happened. But here it says, and it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and the daughters were born unto them. The sons of God, again, there's two different theories on this. Different churches teach different things. So if you think this is about the family, that's fine. But there's another belief that the sons of God are from heaven. They saw the daughters of men, and they were fair, and they took them for wives, of all which they chose. So the sons of God fell from heaven and took these daughters. And the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. Okay, now here it is. There were giants in the earth in those days. And also after that, when the sons of God came unto the daughters of men, and they bore children to them, the same became mighty men, which were of old. So basically, they bore giants. Okay, so it goes like this. I'll make it kind of easy. The sons of God came down to the fleshly women and mated with the fleshly women, and the fleshly women had giants. Now we know there's giants. I mean, Goliath, there's giants all through the Bible. There's skeletons of giants. There were giants in the Bible. Okay, we know that. But we know that the giants were not good because they were half human and half angelic. So the giants were not good at all. They were actually very evil. The giants were doing things that, well, honestly, things we're doing today. Like Jesus says, it shall be like the day of Noah. And believe it or not, I really think today is getting close to that. And let me show you and keep on going and show you what I found on this. Now, quantum physics. Okay, you guys, quantum may possibly have been one of the most common words I've been reading, listening, and every written about last year. And there is one big reason. Quantum is no longer the future. Quantum is now. Look what they did. Physicists just achieved quantum teleportation between computer chips for the first time. Teleportation. That's what they said, right? So when we think of quantum physics, I mean, this is incredible. Teleportation between computer chips. What else are they teleporting? You know what I mean? Like, is this all they're teleporting, and what else do they know? So I looked up, CERN and D-wave computing, and we've got, well, aliens are coming back to Earth, right? And here's Geordie Rose, and this is so important. Listen carefully to what he says.
I don't know if any of you are turn-of-the-century weird fiction fans, but there's this guy named H.P. Lovecraft, who's a very
remember H.P. Lovecraft?
famous American weird fiction author. And he exposed a view which is called cosmicism. And the essence of cosmicism is cosmic indifference. So what he was saying is basically, yes, there are these massively intelligent entities out there, but they're not good, they're not evil. They just don't give a shit about you even in the slightest. The same way that you don't care about an ant is the same way they're not going to care about you. And these things that we're summoning into the world now are not demons, they're not evil.
They're summoning these things. H.P. Lovecraft is what they are supposed to, I guess, look like, right? But they're summoning these things with D-wave computing, D-wave, quantum physics, this stuff here, the stuff that they're teleporting stuff with. Yeah, I'm going to let him finish here for a second.
But they're more like the Lovecraftian great old ones.
Lovecraftian great old ones. So that took me here, right? The great Lovecraftian old ones. So that's where I came to that.
There are entities that are not necessarily going to be aligned with what we want. So this transition is really massively important for our entire species to navigate. And going back to that thing that Sam Harris was saying, nobody is paying attention.
And I believe that. So I'm gonna they're summoning these things using D-wave computers, which these computers are just extremely they're extremely fast. And I don't know, a lot of people say electronics are evil, and I don't I don't know, but in a way, I kind of have to agree, because when you're walking around your house and you're going, Alexa, who are you really talking to? I mean, okay, Google, who are you really talking to? And we all know he fell like lightning, right? He fell like lightning. Who fell like lightning? Lightning's electricity. So they're using these D-Wave computers and they summoning things, and they've been trying to crack the veil forever. I mean, that's like voodoo, witchcraft, and all that really crazy stuff 101 to crack the veil. So I came across that, and I was listening to him and H.P. Lovecraft. Well, let's look this guy up. So here's H.P. Lovecraft art. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about H.P. Lovecraft. H.P. Lovecraft, all the people who are not, well, let's just say this. All the people that believe in the other God and read the other book, they love H.P. Lovecraft. I mean, they absolutely love this guy. He's a book writer, and he was very inspirational for that group of people. But look at these images, guys, of H.P. Lovecraft. This is the stuff that they're summoning. Okay? Now, if this is not weird, I don't know what is, but you just heard it out of that guy's mouth. I mean, look at this. So, we can go on and on, but this is the guy, H.P. Lovecraft, and I found out something really weird. I'm like, man, these images look familiar. This looks familiar. This looks familiar. Where did I see this before? Now, H.P. Lovecraft, if you ever saw the movie Alien, right? The movie Alien, the person that made the movie Alien, the actual alien in that old scary movie, the person that made the alien was inspired by H.P. Lovecraft. That's the alien's looks down to name it. That's where the inspiration came from. And I learned this stuff, and I'm like, wow, you've got to be kidding me. And of course I went back and I'm like, did he really say H.P. Lovecraft?
I care about you. And these things that we're summoning, yes, there are these massively intelligent entities out there, but they're not good, they're not evil. They just don't give a shit about you, even in the slightest. The same way that you don't care about an ant is the same way they're not going to care about you. And these things that we're summoning into the world now are not demons, they're not evil, but they're more like the Lovecraftian great old ones. There are entities that are not necessarily going to be aligned with what we want.
So they're entities, you guys. They're pretty much telling you they're entities. They're summoning. They're using D-Wave computers, quantum physics, and it blew my mind. And well, look where it took me. And thank you for hanging in there, because this is pretty outstanding to me. So this is where I was led. Now, I'm going to show you guys this, and you guys probably saw it, but if you did see it, I want you to look at something. Take a look at this again. So this is, well, I guess they're supposed to be meteors, right? Falling to Earth. But take notice of these things. There's like 3 flames of fire coming down. Now, this happened in Guam. Remember the whole Rushka thing? The Rushki said that. But look at this, is right over top of Home Depot. I mean, look how low these things are coming in, and look how slow they're coming in. Now, what does this have to do with cracking the veil and things coming into our world and stuff like that? I'm going to show you, and it's going to blow your mind. It blew my mind. Look at this. They all look the same, and these are different parts of the country. You guys, this is over Home Depot. And just look at the nature of it. Is that really a meteorite? Is that really? Look, it's 3 dots. All of them are 1, 2, 3. Like 1, 2, 3. Now this guy's telling us he's summoning things in through the veil using D-Wave computing. Now, I don't know. I've got a big imagination, but I'm going to show you where I'm going with this. If they're pulling stuff into this world or into this earth, and this is not of good, well, Could it be? I don't know. You guys can put this together in the comment section below for me, but you have to see this. They all look exactly the same, and look how low they are. Now, and look, it's 1, 2, 3 again. 1, 2, 3 dots. It does not look like a meteor. It doesn't look like a missile. It looks odd. This looks like, UFOs or something like that. And there's another one. There's this, again, this wasn't put on the news. They didn't put this on the news. And the ones you heard about, you only heard about like the one in Guam. But look, here's a building. It's coming right over top the building. So, what is that? 9 of them? It's pretty insane, actually. And now, where that led me was, so we got D-Wave computing. We got this guy trying to summon stuff. We got computer chips that are... We've got all kinds of crazy stuff going on in the world. And I thought to myself, where did I see these fireballs falling from heaven? And like it says, he fell like what? Lightning from heaven? And that's electricity. I often wonder when people say, hey, Alexa, what time is it? Like, who's Alexa? Like, it's not a person. Who are you talking to? I mean, hey, if you got one, that's great. I'm not into that stuff. It freaks me right out because I know it's not a person, and I don't want to be talking out loud because your mouth's powerful. What you say is what you become, I think, sometimes. And it's like, I don't know. If I had one of them in there listening to me all day, it would drive me insane. Although my phone listens to me, I think, all day long. Anyhow, back to this. So we see these fireballs falling down. Check this out. This blew my mind. So the Transformers is a series. Now, I know you girls out there probably are not familiar with the Transformers, but there's something huge about this. What's this say? Transformers 2007 and 2009, Revenge of the Fallen. You guys, I kid you not, Revenge of the Fallen. Well, the Fallen what? What are the Transformers? Well, the Transformers are something that fall from heaven and come to Earth, right? And they're these robot things. Dark Side of the Moon, Age of Extinction, when all the people die. That when all the people die is kind of the clue. We got the Fallen, the Revenge of the Fallen, fallen angels, and then Age of Extinction, where the angels rise up and come against you. So, like, this blew my mind because I saw all four movies of the Transformers, and the crazy thing about it is they put so much truth right in your face. It's like, here it is. And I'm like, oh, wow, that's interesting. These things fall right out of heaven. So they fall. I'm trying to get my lights working. They fall and they come out as threes, okay? All you got to do is watch a Transformer trailer. But if you've seen them, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about because you'll remember. But I'm just going to explain it. They fall right on top of buildings as fireballs, and it's always in a pair of triplets. So they come in, these Transformers do, and they come in and they fall, and they look exactly like the stuff that we just saw. They fall in the stadiums, they fall in the baseball parks, they fall all over the place, and they rise up. And when they rise up, they look just like the H.P. Lovecraft stuff. They look evil and wicked, and they look like, monsters, and they look like demons, and they attack the humans. It's just unbelievable, and they're like giants, like the old ones, like, because Transformers are, they're really big compared to the humans, and that's what the movies are putting across. In the middle of the last movie, there's literally a spot where if you pause it, it says, you are going to die. I can't make it up. I catch everything. Like, I see that kind of stuff. So if you never saw a Transformers movie, just go watch a trailer and you'll see on that movie what we just saw. Stuff entering our atmosphere that doesn't belong here. And they come in on fireballs. and rise up against the humans. It's unbelievable how much, how much stuff we've been fed, how much programming. And another one that blew my mind was, and this is kind of, you might remember, you might not, but Maroon 5 at the halftime Super Bowl show. And if you guys remember this, it's going to click like a light bulb. It looks just like these 9 events that happened all over the world. So Maroon 5 is playing, and all of a sudden, all you got to do is type in Super Bowl halftime Maroon 5 and watch the show. Watch the satanic ritual they do. I am not lying. It is unbelievable. So the dude from Maroon 5, he's playing the guitar and all this, and then he stops playing, and they go to a cartoon, and the cartoon is like SpongeBob SquarePants and Patrick, and they blow these trumpets, the last trump, and all of a sudden, after the last trumpets blow, this fireball falls from the heaven, and it's like a triplet, and it's got like a crescent sun in front of it. It looks like this, and it's falling just like these are, falling right over top of buildings, coming right over top of Home Depot. It's the same thing, and it's unbelievable. It gives me chills, because if you watch that halftime show, we've been programmed to be seeing this stuff and say, oh, it's no big deal. I saw that before, and you have. If you watch that halftime show, the fireball comes out, and I think it falls in like MetLife Stadium. It falls in like an open roof stadium, but you can see it. It comes out of the heaven. I don't know how they did this trick, but it comes out of the sky, right over the clouds, right over top of the city, comes down into the stadium, right? And it lands as a hip hop artist or a rap artist. And the rap artist lands on stage, and the fireball dissipates, and he's surrounded by fire. I mean, what's he represent? We all know what he represents. Something that's not good, right? It felt like heaven. So they're always doing the fallen angel stuff. They're doing it on movies. They're doing it the exact same way every time. They're doing it with these fireballs that we just saw. Is it a coincidence? I don't know. But I do know a Transformers trailer, watch one. Go watch the halftime show. MetLife. That's not MetLife. I don't know for sure about that, but I know it's Maroon 5 halftime show. They blow the trumpets, the fireball comes out of the sky, it lands on the stage, and it's unbelievable. And there's so many more times where we see these fireballs coming out, and they look exactly like what we just saw. They look just like that in movies. They put it right in our face for millions and millions of people to see at the halftime show. And now we're seeing it in real life. The news will not cover it, and no one's paying attention to it. So you put everything together and you add it up, and we got crazy stuff happening in the world all over the place. And you guys can, let in the comments what you think. So you guys can follow me on Twitter, follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram in the description box below. DemandingTheTruth.com. Don't forget to get over there and get your free EMP shield and sign up. It's DemandingTheTruth.com. Prayer requests are always welcome, guys. Let a prayer in the comment section, and I will pray for you, and so will everybody else, and they will thumb that prayer up. We do a good job with that, and it's working well. So prayer requests, put them down there. Like I said, I will pray for you. There is a prayer in the description box just for you guys. It took a lot of time on it, so check that out. And so I wanted to thank Lisa C. I wanted to thank Deborah D. I wanted to thank Shawnette Z. I wanted to thank Cindy C. And I wanted to thank Jasmine S. And don't forget, we got a boat ride for the springtime. So you guys, if you're interested in a get-together, which I don't know what state we're going to end up in, but I'm hoping for a get-together, and I'd like to say hello to you guys and shake some hands and give some hugs. So we're looking for a retreat to get away. We'll pop in maybe your state. If you're interested in some of that stuff and some giveaways, please subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell. And affiliates, if you have anything that you could offer, if you have something that could help others, that'd be awesome. We're interested in that. And I don't know what the answer to all this is. And thank you, Tammy, for the gift card and the Christmas card. I appreciate that. So I wanted to thank you. I didn't know what name you wanted me to say, so thank you, Tammy, for the Christmas card and the gift card. On that note, I am grateful for every single one of you guys that send in. You guys that send in stuff. You send in pictures. You send in information. You send me stuff on Facebook, Twitter. I'm not real much on Twitter, but if you guys email me, you guys get on my email. It's homegrown869 at gmail.com, homegrown869 at gmail.com, and you guys send me the most awesome pictures. I absolutely love it. And this part here is for you. So if nobody told you that they love you today, I do, and so does he. You guys, God bless you and enjoy.
Careful who you cross, careful who you test. Give me your worst and you'll get my best. 'Cause I don't know how to back down, how to back down. No, I don't know how to back down, how to back down. Careful, I'm a lion, don't test my pride. Standing like a mountain, looking the devil right in his eyes. Know how to back down, how to back down. No, I don't know how to back down, how to back down. No, I don't know how to back down, how to back down. No, I don't know how to back down, how to back down. I am a fighter. I am a fighter. I am a fighter. I am a fighter. Fighter. Got no limits, I got no fears.